Here's what MSNBC was reporting. They've got some footage from on the ground.
Raph, give us the latest.
This is the latest on the Walkie-Talkie explosions there in Lebanon, Beirut, Lebanon, 5:45 p.m. their time.
Reports of more explosions.
So, Anna, in just the last couple of minutes, Lebanese state media is reporting what appears to be a second wave of explosions, both in Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, but also in other areas of the country, including the south near the Israeli border. Lebanese state media is saying that for a second day in a row, it is handheld communication devices that are exploding in people's hands, in their pockets, attached to their belts. It is not totally clear.
You see this dude right here? This dude just doesn't give a heck about anything. Look at him. He was on the phone. Look at it. He's listening to this guy right here. He's, man, I don't care. Explode already. I've had enough of this crap here. Just do it already. Just have enough. I don't care. I really want to listen to this TikTok or whatever this podcast is. I love this show. So just explode it. I don't care. Whatever. I've had enough. Dude's out of control. He is just no F's given at all.
In people's hands, in their pockets, attached to their belts. It is not totally clear at this point whether this is more pagers that are exploding today or whether this is potentially radios, walkie-talkies. We don't have firm detail. But of course, this is just a startling new development, little over 24 hours after those thousands of pagers exploded all across Lebanon yesterday. Hezbollah calling it a massive Israeli covert attack. And while the Israeli government is refusing to say one way or another whether it was involved, two American officials tell NBC News that Israel was responsible. Now, the United States says it did not get any advanced warning of this attack, and it is still trying to gather information. But you can see on the left of your screen, that is one of many thousands of the explosions across Lebanon yesterday. Hezbollah members going about their day in the supermarket, walking down the street on the backs of motorcycles, when all of a sudden these pagers exploding. Now, the pagers in question appear to bear the logo of Apollo Gold. That is a Taiwanese technology company. But that company overnight is saying that the pagers in Lebanon were in fact produced by a company in Hungary that had paid a license fee to use its logo. Now, NBC News has contacted that Hungarian company. The woman identifying herself as a CEO says that company does not actually make pagers, that they are merely an intermediary. So what appears to be the case here is that at some point, Israeli operatives got into the supply chain of these pagers and planted small explosives before allowing them to be delivered into the hands of Hezbollah operatives in Lebanon. And viewers may be wondering, Anna, why is it that Hezbollah is using pagers, a technology from the 1980s, from the 1990s? And the answer
they got their cell phones.
Thought that it was more secure from Israeli electronic surveillance. They believed it was safer than using smartphones.
Dumb tech.
And it turns out to have been a deadly mistake, with that massive chain of explosions ripping across Lebanon yesterday, and now what appears to be a second wave today.
Yeah, what else is out there? Okay, now this is like a mindset, mental warfare game in addition to a physical reality that they're going to have to deal with. Now they're like, oh, okay, hey, no more pagers. Switch to walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies all explode. Oh, crap, no more walkie-talkies. Let's switch back to cell phones. Their cell phones are going to start exploding. So they're now in total disarray. Communication has been totally disrupted. From a tactical standpoint, it is devastating. And so you see that the journalist was reporting on this story. Hezbollah and the exploding pager trail runs from Taiwan to Hungary. And so we see how they did this. Looks like it was, in fact, a supply chain attack, not a technical hack. But a Taiwanese pager maker denied on Wednesday that it produced the devices. Gold Apollo said the devices were made under license by a company called BAC. That was based in Hungary's capital in Budapest. Israel's spy agency called Mossad, which has a long history of pulling off these attacks, planted explosives inside pagers imported by Hezbollah months before Tuesday's detonation, said a senior Lebanese security official and another source. The death toll rose to 12, 2 kids dead. A minister, Firas Abayad, said on Wednesday, the attack wounded nearly 3,000 people. That is a lot. including many of the group's fighters and Iran's envoy to Beirut. Iran-backed Hezbollah has vowed to retaliate against Israel, whose military declined to comment. Two sides have been engaged in a cross-border war forever. Jordan's foreign minister accused Israel of pushing the Middle East to the brink of a regional war by orchestrating an attack and escalation on many fronts. They said Hezbollah wants to avoid an all-out war, still wants to avoid one, but now that this is escalating, that's not going to happen. Hezbollah, Iran's most powerful proxy, said in a statement it would continue to support Hamas, and Israel should await a response to the massacre, which left fighters and others bloodied, hospitalized, or dead. One official said it was the group's biggest security breach in its history. Yeah, I would say so. We've got footage from hospital, various injuries, some missing fingers, gaping wounds on the hip. The plot appears to have been many months in the making, followed a series of other assassinations. The trail leads to Budapest. Now, the senior Lebanese security source said the group had ordered 5,000 pagers from Gold Apollo. Gold Apollo founder Hu Qingquang said the pagers used in the explosions were made by a company in Europe that they named in a statement as BAC. They said the product was not ours. All right, that company's probably not going to be around much longer. It was only that it had our brand on it. You're like, oh, great. Nobody's buying those pagers again. Who told reporters that at the company's offices, the stated address for BAC was a peach building on a mostly residential street. The company name was posted on the glass door on an A4 sheet. So like a piece of paper. Consulting. Bombs are coming consulting. Bombs are coming consulting or something. A person at the building who asked not to be named said BAC was registered there, but wasn't physically there. The CEO of BAC Consulting, Christiana Barsani, says on her LinkedIn page that she worked as an advisor for various organizations. She did not respond to emails. BAC's registered activities are wide-ranging. They do computer game publishing, IT consulting, crude oil extraction. It's just a shell company. The senior Lebanese security source identified a photograph of a model of the pager. Hezbollah fighters have been using pagers low-tech as low-tech means. Israeli officials did not respond to this. The devices had been modified at the production level. Wild. The Mossad injected a board inside of the device that has explosive material that receives a code. Very hard to detect it through any means. The source said about 3,000 pagers exploded when a coded message was sent to them, simultaneously activating the explosives. Another security source told Reuters that up to 3 grams of explosives were hidden in the new pagers. They'd gone undetected for months. In a televised speech, sternly warned supporters that their phones were more dangerous and to break their phones, but Hezbollah opted to distribute pagers. Obviously, that didn't work out. And very complex operations from the Israeli Mossad. More recently, the spy agency has been blamed for cyber attacks and other things. So just a wild situation, and we'll see how long it continues on. But CNN was here with some more updates. And the death toll from today's explosions are now up to at least 9 are now dead. Walkie-talkies explode today. You can see here some more footage from the scene. More than 300 people were injured. The renewed attack comes just a day after 2,800 people were injured the day before, 12 other dead yesterday. So very interesting situation happening there, and we'll keep our eyes on it.